Actually, the way they structure it. I mean, from a legal perspective.
I just can't believe this planet still. I just can't believe it hasn't burst into flames yet. It's pretty crazy.
Oh shoot! I got you all cockeyed, honey.
I can get out. Oh yeah, I can get out. Cocky. That's a new one.
Let me push you on the kick. Oh my God.
What are you going to put on my tombstone? I don't want to be buried, but I want a tombstone. Can I? I don't want to miss out on a tombstone, but don't bury my house. What would you put on it if you had one-liner for me? Here was Andrea. What?
She was a rainbow of color. Or, color means everything.
She died to stay creative.
Yeah.
It was the art that kept her alive, and it was the art that killed her.
Yeah, I understand. Death to this woman.
Just write "fuck the Seahawks" on my tombstone. That'll be good enough.
No, Andrea refused to give up her identity.
Yeah.
And left color. And did her best to keep the world.
She died in a re-education camp. She died on my front lawn when she pulled out her dollar store toy gun. She had put me for that.
I'm just going to sleep here.
I'm going to go in my art shack for a minute. I got to make a video. Do you want to hear the rant, or should I share it with the world? Somebody's going to hear it. Right now, what's going to be? I don't think you want to hear it. We better go check on the cats.
Yeah, sure. I got to get my, I got to tie some leaders for tomorrow, so I'm going to grab them.
I feel like I'm forgetting something. I just don't know what it is. I feel sick, though, after talking about that human trafficking
Well, let's
crap.
something. I'll grab this. I'll come back out with it. We need some flashlights.
I can't believe those kids were talking about human trafficking in front of
Wait,
those kids.
what time is it, honey?
I didn't even know about this. It's,
what time is it?
Well, you got off at...
I'll grab my head.
It's probably like 10.
Okay, it's closed. I need to get a bunch of flashlights for the house, you know? There should be 5, 6 of them. Just cheapies. Just scatter them all over the place so there's always one handy.
That's crazy horse talk. Crazy fruit talk, like it. Next year, we'll be talking about storing water and getting candles and stuff like that.
Oh, I must.
Yo, don't worry. At ease, soldier. Jesus.
Goddamn carton, I don't care. A pound of weed, I don't care. Take it all. I'm sorry.
A pound of weed would give you a lot of leverage.
A pound of what?
Oh, a pound of weed would give you quite a bit of leverage.
Actually, that's not a bad... Of course, you'd spend your days and nights looking for where I hid it.
I'm not that bad.
I'd have to have a vault welded, built, sunk into concrete.
I'm not that bad.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I mean,
just sleep with it, put a pillowcase on it, and...
A couple times a month, that would kill you. Good for you. Oh, can you grab that little container?
I wonder if it's possible for a human heart to just suffer because it's in grief of that for so long that maybe it'll just cave in one day. People probably do die from empathy all the time.
From what now?
Empathy.
Oh shit, apathy.
Empathy.
Oh yeah, because it causes grief, yeah.
Yeah.
It stresses your whole body.
My heart feels like it's 90 years old.
Well...
My soul feels like it's fucking...
Well, let's...
exhausted. It doesn't want to come back to this planet, that's for sure. I don't care if I come back as an Arabian prince with $1 million. I don't want to come back here. Especially with the mess we're making of it.
I hear meowing going on. Like it's where I heard 2 or 3 meows.
Better get hit that shit.
Yeah.
Get on that.
I'll come back out with a headlamp. Are you going around back or are you coming over here?
I'm going to go around back.
Okay.
I'm going straight to the shack. Maybe the weed fairy left me something, but I don't think he did. Ugh. So, here I am, returning home today, and I just got into a conversation briefly about on June 7th going to sign up to get involved with something about human trafficking and helping the victims. And just in the brief moment of having that conversation, I got violently ill from talking about it. And God, I still feel sick to my stomach. I've never been like that great, with that intensity over a conversation. But I wish I had some weed. I know the Captain Morgans won't help, and I know the cigarettes I'm about to smoke won't help. But I wish, can't we just take a vote? I just want to solve these problems. I don't want to live day in, day out with not caring. I don't feel like we're entitled to not give a fuck. That's fucking wrong. It really is wrong. We are not entitled to have the option of not caring. We are the world. We need to start. I wish I was a big fucking grizzly bear and I'd go maul everybody right now. Rip their face off. That's what I'd do. I just wish there was something big that could destroy a bunch of stuff and nobody could take down, and I just that or I don't know. But I know as long as I'm alive, I will always have this aching empathy for everything that's fucked up in this world, and it never gets shut off. I don't know why everybody else gets the privilege of being able to hear a tragic thing and be like, 30 minutes later, be talking about golf or eating Cheetos and just not giving a fuck. I hear something fucked up and tragic, and it sticks with me until my brain's like, okay, what are we going to do to solve it? What are we going to do to solve it? Hey, did you forget? Hey, we need to solve that. It's getting old. I'm almost 30 years old, and it's getting old being super, 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 super empathetic in the 21st century, which is like, I'm going to tell you what, if there is a 22nd century, which I'd say there's a strong likelihood we won't be here 100 years from now, but if there was, this time period now will be revealed down the road to be the most heinous, satanic, crazy-ass time in history ever, because it's going to be it's going to be called the Great Era of Stupidity. We were so fooled. How could those people have possibly lived that way? And that's what they're going to be saying about us. They idolized a she-male-looking thing riding a hot dog over an arena. That was their idol. They idolized. And then Obama's going to end up being proven to be the next Hitler. And they're going to be like, how did they let that dick fucking stay in office for a third term? And they're going to be like, good God. At one point, America, its entire population was on psychiatric medications. And Jesus Christ. How could the American people have been so foolish to let them fly drones over? What were they thinking? Yeah, we're going to be looked back, and we are the punks. We are the punks of historical watch. We will be, in the future, we are the punks. We will be looked back upon as the biggest fools ever, because back in Nazi Germany, at least they had the excuse of never having a prior Holocaust. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have as much way to inform themselves. I mean, what's our excuse? We have every fucking advantage we could ever want or imagine at our fingertips. And what's our excuse for fiddle fucking off everything? That we have none. We're traded it for fucking Miley Cyrus, smartphones, Justin Bieber, and The Voice, and the American Idol. That's what we got in exchange for everything we're giving up now? I don't think it's very fucking fair trade. If things don't change soon, I'm going to become a scientist and build a time machine, and I don't want to go into the future or the past. Fuck this shit, man. I want to spiritually transcend, and I need the rest of the planet to do so with me. I really, 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 really pray to God I don't get reincarnated again. And if I do, I don't deserve to get reincarnated into something bad because I gave a fuck. All the people that didn't give a fuck, they deserve to be reincarnated into the shit that they fucking didn't give a fuck about. Say, okay, here's a good example. None of us give a fuck about buying goods produced by slave labor because it's convenient to us and it, okay, what do you do? Well, I hope those people next time in their next life get born into China. They get born into India. I hope they get born where they have to fucking be, and maybe their souls will get it then. The people that didn't care about cops beating women to death or people to death, or white people don't care about black people and how they're fucking treated like shit and profiled, I hope that they're born black next time. And people who don't give a fuck about human trafficking victims, I hope they're born a fucking woman that gets trafficked. I hope that I don't believe that the universe lets us get off the hook. We don't have the option to not care. That's not an option. It seemingly seems like an option because it's the option we seemingly seem to be taking right now. But that's because we're not thinking about things in context of the future and possibilities that we cannot even comprehend. And I'm sure somehow in the grand scheme of things, we pay for this indifference. I guarantee it that we pay for it. There's no way that we can fuck off the future for the people not yet born and somehow feel like we're entitled to not have to pay for that. No, there will be a consequence, and we may not suffer it in this lifetime, but it will come back upon us because, well, the joke will be on you because you'll be born back into America in 2045, sucker, and it's going to suck ass then, and you're going to wish you had done something to fix it. You're really going to wish, when you're born back into this fascist bullshit, that you had done something to keep the rights. You had not given up your guns. You're going to really wish you had fucking not given up your guns. All the people who want to take fucking people's guns away from them, fuck you. Who are you? All this shit about control and pointing fingers and shit, we need to remember that each of us is entitled to be ourselves, live our lives how we want to, as long as it doesn't hurt other people, and none of us have a fucking right to say what another person can do, and yet somehow we're living in this contrived bullshit thing where some people can do some things and other people can't. We can't rape people, cops can. We can't beat people to death, cops can. We can't fucking just have slaves and tax them 13%, 30% of their income. The government can. We can't fly drones over the White House. The government can fly drones over our house. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to end. I don't know how to be. I don't know how to live. Because this is how I feel, think every second of the day. And please tell me what I'm supposed to do to shut this off. Because it's not me that has the problem. I'm the one that gives a fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm 30 years old and I can't even comprehend feeling and thinking this way. And having to watch everybody else burn this place down to the ground. Having to watch it continue. I don't think it's right. I think that the planet should wipe us off it. I think it needs to flush its own toilet, blow up the caldera out of Yellowstone, and blow America into smithereens because America is a rotten piece of shit country that's destroying this entire planet. It shouldn't be allowed. Since the citizens are too weak, we're too fearful, we're too selfish, we're too fat, we're too medicated, we're too ignorant, whatever we are, too distracted, I don't know what we are. We have a lot of problems though, I'll tell you that. But it's us that needs to be reining in our government. We're the ones that need to be pulling back the reins. If we should have impeached Obama the first time he fucked off the Constitution. And even though he said no, well, you know what, actually, I'm going to sign this little paper, and turns out, nah, you can't impeach me. Well, we all should have showed up at his fucking doorstep and insisted upon it. And instead of letting all these crooked banks fuck with our mortgages and shit, we should have all just collectively said, fuck you, and not paid a penny to the banks and kept our houses and not paid jack shit. And we should have all collectively not paid our taxes, and we should have all collectively said, fuck you, McDonald's, and been offended. Offended. We should be offended. I'm offended. I'm offended at Safeway. I'm offended at every fucking grocery store. I'm offended at every fucking corporation. I'm offended at every single fucking number 12 Seahawks shit I see. You can give a fuck that much, to have that much passion for football, but you cannot give a fuck about anybody else on the planet that's suffering that you could fucking possibly have something to do with. You're a fucking evil satanic dick. You're in a football. It's sports theater. It's not even a real game. You think that it's actually a game and it's not rigged. You're fucking lying to yourself. They control everything. You honestly think they're going to let it be an honest game of football? No. They have their fucking fingers in the honey pot for the bet. That shit's sports theater. Sports theater. You honestly think that Redbox is not an evil thing? You honestly think that psychiatric drugs aren't an evil thing? You honestly think that drones aren't an evil thing? You honestly think that vaccinations aren't an evil thing? You honestly fucking think that parabola-shaped dishes on top of your house aren't an evil thing? You honestly think these crazy-ass, sick, unnatural colored light bulbs are a good thing? You honestly think that you can put genetically modified food in your biological body that is a natural biological system and that it's not going to fuck you up, but even though it fucks up all the animals that tested it upon? You honestly think that you can legalize the rape of children and this is not going to create some kind of fucked up shit down the road? You honestly think that that our government wasn't responsible for 9/11, Pearl Harbor, every fucking thing? You honestly think that those are real school shootings? You honestly fucking think that plane went missing? You guys are really buying this shit? Am I either freakishly smart or are you guys really stupid? I want to know which one it is. Because to me it seems very obvious it's all a load of crock. Or are you guys in denial, which means you're pussy-ass cowards? Which one is it? It's 1, 2, 3. It's one of the three. Oh, that's right. I forgot the fourth option. Since you guys are the majority, you can just say that I'm crazy on drugs or bipolar and just dismiss me altogether and shoot me under the rug, shoot some crazy shit up my ass, strap me to a gurney butt naked, and wheel me off to some fucking clinic, and then bye. There goes that nuisance. God. Well. You want to see... Hi, Papa. There's my handsome Papa. You honestly think that you can turn art into poop blobs? You honestly think that we can go from Michelangelo and Van Gogh and shit to poop blobs? Don't you see that the human species, we are on a very fast decline? We are degenerating into fucking fat, mutated, evil, stupid people. We are not becoming enlightened in any stretch of the means. You honestly think you can fucking frack the shit out of everything and just mow through the Great Barrier Reef and mow down the fucking rainforest and bulldozer pyramids, and you honestly think you could just shove 1 million satellites up into space and geoengineer and fuck the weather up? You honestly think all of this is not going to have a fucking repercussion? I mean, Jesus Christ. You honestly think Jesus Christ is real? You honestly think he's going to save your ass? Your fucking evil, satanic, selfish, fucking self-serving ass? Because you fucking went to a fucking church once a week? I don't think it fucking works that way, you fucking assholes. I'm not religious at all. How am I more morally virtuous than all of you guys put together? Because where are you on this when you're fumbling the football? Would you like to contribute to this video, Papa? Do you have anything else to say? What would you like to say? What would you like to say? Well, I'm going to wrap it up there. Maybe. Let me think. Wait. Am I thinking of anything else? Is there anything else you'd like to add to this, Papa? Oh, yeah. You honestly think that there should even be allowed to be a gun debate? The word gun and debate should never even be in the same sentence. You honestly think that Obama isn't an evil, psychopathic murderer? You honestly think that Hillary Clinton isn't some crazy, freakish, psychotic mutant in a human suit body? You honestly think that Governor Greywar isn't a reptilian? Look at her fucking she damn near has a forked tongue, for God's sakes. You honestly think the Pope isn't pure evil? Look at that. I've never seen a more evil picture in my life. Any picture of a Pope I see is like pure evil. You wouldn't know evil if you bit your dick off. You honestly think that Dalai Lama's a good guy? You honestly think that... You honestly think that they're not putting shit in every single fucking TV program? You guys realize that your brain can only process things at 18 frames a second, and that every time you watch TV, it's passing by at 36 frames per second, and you think that they're doing something innocent and angelic with the rest of those frames you're not seeing? You honestly think that it's going to be okay? You honestly think that this is just going to blow over, that there's nothing wrong? You honestly think that you have no responsibility here to do something yourselves, and at the very least, to be like me and just to keep bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching, because that's all I can do, but at least I can say I didn't give up and I didn't stop caring. And you know what bitching and bitching and bitching has gotten me? I've been labeled a fucking drug addict. I've been labeled a mental patient. Nowhere have I been labeled a compassionate person or an empathetic person. No. I have to be on drugs or be mental. That's fucking sick right there. That just shows how sick the world is. Now we're penalizing empathy. We are demonizing creativity. We are fucking so stupid. I'm amazed that something so stupid can keep itself alive for so long. It boggles my mind. And we are so stupid, and yet we are in the midst of such advanced technology. It really blows my mind. We think that we should digitalize everything and turn everything into digital books. We think that we should build nuclear plants that rely upon electricity to keep them cool. And in the event of a solar flare, we'd go into total nuclear meltdown. You honestly think that weather is natural outside? You honestly think that it's just natural for it to be 45 degrees and raining in the end of May? You honestly think that snow that doesn't melt at 45 degrees is normal snow? You honestly think those X's in the sky are normal? You honestly think that it's normal to see Black Hawk, Apache, fucking militarized helicopters flying low over Renton, Washington every day is normal? You honestly think that there's nothing alarming or nothing wrong with having these fair enforcement Nazi fucks on these buses who are dressed up with full fucking Nazi gear with strapped up boots to their knees, fucking giant guns, and even a swastika-like patch that says fair enforcement, pure black? They've hauled me off the bus in handcuffs and dumped me off in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night because I didn't have my fare. And they said, next time you do that, that's 30 days in jail. You think there's nothing wrong with that? You think there's nothing wrong with tasering a 8-month pregnant woman with 50,000 volts of electricity? You think there's nothing wrong with, you think that we came from fucking monkeys? Are you stupid? Monkeys have more brains. That's an insult to monkeys, you know. And I'm offended that you would insult a monkey like that. Because monkeys didn't do nothing to you. So go pick on somebody your own size. You honestly think that we can release level 3 sex offenders who have repeatedly raped children at rest stops in Washington State on good faith that they're going to check in? You stupid? You honestly think it's acceptable to go to the airport and have the TSA feel your junk and fucking shove their fist up your ass and your 5-year-old kid's ass and pull your colostomy bag out? You think that's okay? You honestly fucking think that there's no possibility that the police forces by now have been infiltrated by nothing but pure fucking sadists like the SS, and they get off on fucking you up? You don't think that that's a possibility? You honestly think that there's nothing wrong with them listening to this conversation? Because I know they'll come get me, and I will be relieved when they do. Please save me from this hell of stupidity that never ends, that never gets resolved, or never even gets acknowledged. Calgon, take me away. Jesus Christ. You honestly think that they couldn't have done something about the gas prices by now? You guys aren't getting tired of paying $5 a fucking gallon yet? Jesus. I would be being pissed if I was driving. Why isn't that shit going down, I'd be asking. Why? You honestly think you can own a piece of land and it's yours? You honestly think that a locked door is a form of safety? It's a false sense of security. You honestly fucking think, man, I don't know. I think you guys are dumb. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong or come fucking take me on. I'm ready for some confrontation by now. I'm tired of there just being nothing. Bunch of shit problems and no solutions being hashed up or nothing. Or no even speak of the problems. And when I speak of the problems, I'm a fucking drug addict and I'm a crazy person. I'm sick of that. That's what's making me psychopathic right there. It's not the world. It's the world shunning me for caring about the world. Then fuck the world then. You just lost out on a really fucking caring human being who's not going to give a fuck shortly here in the near future. I'll care about anybody innocent and anybody who cares. But anybody who didn't care, anybody who was pig-headed enough to fucking go, "Ooh!" on the Super Bowl day, you can go have a fucking... I'll stop. But you know what I think of you? I think you need to be sent over to Guantanamo Bay and spend a day over there and then see if you ever give a fuck about a football game ever again. I think you need to go fucking spend a day being pimped out and having to sleep with 20 people and be raped 20 times as a human trafficking victim and then see if you ever give a fuck about a football game ever again. I think you need to be fucking... I don't know. I think you need to be beat up and tasered by the cops for doing absolutely nothing wrong. And go see if you give a fuck about the football game again. And... yeah. I think you need to have a drone drop a bomb on your head and see if you ever give a fuck about a football game again. And... yeah.